Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Nicole. The next cutscene takes place on November 4th, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I hum cheerfully to myself as I pass by the movie theater. There are so many people here. Did a new movie just get released? Oh, Break It Buster just came out. Right, I'd love to go and see that sometime. Too bad, right now I'm still on the clock. I sigh wearily and weigh the coffee holder in my right hand. There's drinks for Ted and me in there. I think mine is probably melting, but I'd feel bad if I just waltzed into the shop, slurping coffee right in front of Ted's face. It's better to wait. The shop's only a few blocks away. No problem. I can get there soon. Maybe I'll invite Chandra to watch the movie with me later. When I get to the shop, there's no one but Ted in there. Hey, I freeze once I see he's on the phone. Ted looks angrily over at me and silently places a finger to his lips. Huh? What's that? Oh, yeah. Let me get a notepad real fast, just a sec. Ted balances the phone on his shoulder as he rummages around the front counter for something to write on. I smile and place his coffee in front of him, then head to the aisles to give him some time. It's funny. Ted would have never allowed someone to talk on their phone while on a shift. Now with the block party drawing closer and our barbecue idea in tow, he's been glued to that thing. I hope he remembers what we talked about the other day. That thing about how he should let other people help him. Lately, he hasn't told me to really do anything besides my job. I'm getting worried he's gonna end up worse than just falling asleep on the couch. As I tidy up a few things, I finally hear Ted say goodbye to whoever is on the other line. That's my cue. It is now safe to approach him. I lean my head out to the side to talk to him from the aisle. Who is that? Ted's still scribbling things down as he talks to me. The local bakery. Just tidying up the order for the sandwich bread. At this rate, all I have to hear back from is the butcher, and we should be good for the block party. Ted grins at me, excited, and I have to pinch myself because I've never seen him legit excited about anything before. So, you talked to your dad's friend on the force? Got their schedules and everything. Even if we don't get too many volunteers, the extra manpower will really come in handy. I raise an eyebrow at Ted. And you couldn't ask your dad to do that for you? Hey, for your information, fine miss, I did ask my pa to help me with this. Oh, oops. I guess I shouldn't have assumed that he was still a one-man control freak parade. I got him to ask them to call me. Maybe I spoke too soon. Ted, you know that's not what I meant. Ted slams his pen down on the counter indignantly. What? It's an important job. Not like I could have done it myself. I know hide nor hair of the fellas. That is the lamest excuse ever, and you know it. Shut up. I'll let him help me when it gets down to it, I promise. I'm skeptical, but I let it drop. He can be so stubborn sometimes. He's lucky that I'm only arguing for his dad's sake and not for my own, too. I want to help out some more. Ted's phone goes off again, and both of us look at where he left it on the counter. Who the hell is it this time? Brow furrowed, Ted lifts the phone up to check the caller ID. Oh, it's Pops. I get closer as Ted props the phone to his ear. Howdy. Yes, sir. She's here at the moment. Why? Ted shoots me a glance. They're talking about me? I lean in a little closer to try and overhear their conversation. You want me to what? Well, okay. Ted pulls the phone away and presses the button to place it on speaker. His dad's voice comes out loud and clear. Can she hear me now? She can. Hey, Mr. Starr. Nicole, what did I tell you about that Mr. Starr business? It's Rhonda, remember? You're the one who can speak the fine English. I expected better. I laugh. It's just a reflex to call your friend's parents by their surname. Sorry, sir. I'll do it next time. Now, sir just makes me feel like some old gent. Anyway, I got a surprise for you both. Surprise? Pops? Ooh, what kind of surprise? I make sure to keep excited for the two of us as Ron continues with his explanation. Now, I know you two have been working real hard lately, and I just wanted to let you both know how much I appreciate you giving your all for the shop. So, I figured, why, a night on the town wouldn't hurt. Assuming you two are free to celebrate tonight. I've caught up with my stuff, but Pops, I'm not out? Seriously? Do we have time for that? It's a celebration. Of course we have time for that. A celebration of what exactly? Being such hard workers? I can tell Ron is wearing such a cheesy fake grin right now just by listening to his voice. I bet this is his way of making Ted take a break from all the work he's been doing. It takes a few expectant looks from yours truly before he finally gives in. What are we doing? I silently pump my fist as Ron lets out a small whoop over the phone. I thought it'd be nice to go and check out the new disco club in town. I've heard of that place. It's supposed to be super cool in there. This would be my first time checking it out if we went. A disco club? You can just hear the distaste on Ted's lips. Aw, come on, son. It won't hurt you to try it out. Besides, you love Pops! Ted hastily covers up the phone with his hand. Alright, I'll go too. Just stop talking. Okay, that was weird. Do I want to know? No, this never happened. Don't ask. Yeah, I probably won't. Ron goes over the details of what time we should go and where the place is. Once we have that all sorted out, we bid him goodbye, and Ted hangs up his phone. I swear, of all the crazy ideas, this one has got to take the cake. Lighten up, Ted. It wouldn't hurt to get our hootenanny on. Ted stares at me. Never say that again. Fine, lamer, but can I go now? I hold my hands together pleadingly. My shift's almost over, right? And I'll need the extra time if I want to get ready for the disco club later. Extra time? For what? Showering, doing my hair, makeup, choosing what to wear. You know, girl stuff. Sounds like a whole lot of effort for no good reason. Ugh, you'll never get it. Can I just go? Please, please? It takes a few more seconds of begging before Ted finally gives in to me. Again, I might add. Fine, skedaddle. You remember what my pa said. We'll be waiting for you at the disco club. Okay. Oh, but what if I get there before you guys do? Ted scoffs. That ain't gonna happen. Ted waves as I head back to my dorm to change. I wasn't lying when I said I needed the extra time. Looking attractive is a lot of work for a girl. Again in the underpants. What is this? Though, in some ways, Ted is right. What's the point of dolling myself up like this? It's not like I'm going on a date or anything. Unless you counted this as a date with both Ted and his dad, I would be down for that. Just saying. That's kind of funny. I have been saying that Ron's pretty handsome for his age. Seriously though, I guess I wanted the extra time to get ready because I kinda want to get ready for Ted. Like, I want to wow him, make his jaw drop when he sees me. And this might mean something, huh? Yeah, it might mean that I like him if I'm going through all this trouble to impress him. I think about it, and I've already called him cute, so I must think he's attractive. His personality, on the other hand, has as much appeal as the smell of a wet dog. But dogs are cute, right? Ugh. When did I develop this weird crush on him? I wasn't like this when I went over to his house. Maybe that's when it finally started? Then? I don't want to think about this anymore. So I don't. Okay, it's a total lie. Even as I get ready, Ted's still on my mind. I wonder what he's gonna wear to the disco club. Will it be something nice too? Am I going to look overdressed? God forbid he wear his work uniform there, because I can see him doing that. He'd claim it's the more efficient thing to do. Jeez, what a cutie. I'm still giggling at the thought as I head into town. It's getting dark outside. The streetlights flicker on, and I look up at them overhead. They're almost like spotlights. Obviously, they're trying to display my awesomely attractive self passing by. I decided to go with a yellow sleeveless dress tonight, cinch a belt around my midsection, throw on a funky pattern vest, and ta-da! I'm ready to get my disco on. I secretly hope that Ted likes it, but shh, I'm not telling him that. I see the neon lights of the disco club shining nearby, and I hurry just in case Ted and Ron are waiting for me. I'm half right. Only Ted's there. and he's looking... whoa. He's so adorable! White blazer, gray slacks, a striped button-up with the first few buttons undone. Either this was a lucky break, or Ted is way better at dressing himself than I thought. It didn't help that most memories I have of him are in that work uniform. Ew. He has hands in his pockets and seems to be searching for something as he stands under the lights of the club. I wonder what it is. I wave to get his attention. Hi, Ted. Am I late? Ted turns in direction of my voice and falters. Nicole? He coughs into his hand, quickly stumbling his voice. No, you're not late. Right on time, actually. You look stunning tonight. Oh, what's this? Finally, a compliment on my looks. I laugh before he has a chance to tell me to shut up. Kidding. Thanks, Ted. You look pretty spiffy yourself. Why dress up? Well, it's a disco club. I thought I should dress nicely. No real reason. What about you? Don't act like I'm the only one with the best duds on. Why'd you dress up, huh? Easy. I wanted to impress you. Ted flinches back, completely caught off guard. You're just messing around with me. I know you. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I flounce playfully toward the club line. Are we going in or not? Oh wait, where's your dad? He said something's come up and he can't make it. Called me right at the last second, too. He knows how much I hate that. Ted crosses his arms, annoyed. He also sounds kinda suspicious. I don't blame him. Invite us for a night out, and then somehow suddenly become unable to show up. I think I'm on to you, Mr. Star. Not that I'm complaining. Well, maybe he'll join us when he's done. In the meantime, I gesture once more at the disco club, waiting for Ted to get the hint. He rolls his eyes, but starts forward. Fine, let's go. Stepping into the disco club feels like stepping into another world. The multicolored lighting here makes it seem like everything's covered in a powdered haze, and there are lights in shapes of flowers and circles dancing around spotlights on the floor. I spot people dancing on the dance floor, away from the lit-up bar and snazzy red couches and seats. This whole place just screams 80s. I love it. Wow, it's so cool in here. This place hurts my eyes. Ted holds a hand up to shield his face, and I nudge him with my shoulder. Hey, don't be such a stickler. We're supposed to have fun, remember? That's the whole reason your dad invited us out. Well, my pa ain't here now, is he? Look, I'll grab us a seat. You want to order us some drinks? You trust me with your drink? What's the worst you can do? Poison it? I could spit in it. Ted makes a face like he can't think of anything worse. Don't make me second guess myself. Just get us some drinks. Ted stalks off without another word, and I'm left standing alone in the middle of the club. Wow, rude. Just for that, I should get him water. I never realized how unlikable Ted makes himself sometimes. Like, if he wasn't so serious and uptight all the time, he'd be way better. But he's always so grumpy and pushy. Not attractive at all. Maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there in him. I groan at this thought as I reach the bar and take a seat. Am I really imagining everything? It's probably better not to try anything if I'm this unsure. My, you seem so sad. I jerk upright in my seat as I look across the counter. What? Miranda? You work here? It's unmistakably her. I'd recognize that spaced out look anywhere. You can say Miranda's friend. We ran into each other at school one time, and I haven't been able to get rid of her ever since. She's the type of person you'd say is a little mad, but she means well. She's pretty sharp too, when she's paying attention. Nicole, you look so surprised. Well, yeah, I mean, I never really pictured you working in a place like this. Oh yes, I agree, most definitely. But the owner said, what did he say? Miranda squeezes her eyes shut real tight as she tries to remember. That was it. He said I looked great in the outfit, so he decided to hire me. It's wonderful. I can always feel the breeze when I wear it. Yeah, because she's barely wearing anything. Black pants, a red bikini top, and a purple sheer blouse over that. Ugh, jealous of her body, I'll admit it. Right, anyway, do I really look that sad? A little. Just a smidge. Would you like something to drink? Yummy drinks might help make you feel less sad. Maybe. Can I have a menu? Without another word, Miranda passes me a drink menu. They have a bunch of fancy sodas here, smoothies too. There's even an alcoholic menu, but that's obviously off limits. I can only imagine what Ted would say if I managed to convince Miranda to serve me a drink like that. You made a strange noise again. I did? Sorry. It's just, did you see that guy that I came in here with? The one with the funny expressions? I hold back a giggle. That's Ted, all right. See, I kinda like him. A lot. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I like him at all. He can just get on my nerves sometimes. Like, I think he's really cool. I look up to him, and he's watched out for me for a long time now. At the same time, he can be such a sourpuss. That's a funny word, but Miranda tips her chin downward and hums thoughtfully. I don't think it's possible to split his personality in two, so you might just have to take him as is. Oh, but on the bright side, you should be able to figure out if you like him or not that way. I guess so. I think about it more. It's a super basic lesson, but it makes sense. If I think about all of Ted's bossy, grumpy ways and still feel all gushy for him, that might mean I really like him, huh? Yeah, that's it. You're right, Miranda. I'll have to figure it out that way. If I really don't like him, these feelings will go away anyway. Why fret about it? I slam the menu in front of Miranda, reinvigorated. I'm back, baby. 2 fissures, please. I hand Miranda a $10 bill from my purse, and after she gives me my change and an order number stand, I start to look for Ted. It doesn't take long. I should have known that he'd pick a booth way in the corner, away from all the noise and lights. I'm back. I place our number on the very edge of the table and take a seat opposite of Ted. You look like you're having fun all by yourself. I feel a headache coming on. Ted reaches over to tap our number stand against the table. So what'd you get? How much do I owe you? I got a fissure for both of us. And don't worry about it, it's on me. Nicole. Ted, please. It's totally fine. What's a soda between friends? Ted grumbles and sits back in his seat. I don't like owing people things. You don't owe me anything. Now stop making a funny face and loosen up. This place is supposed to be fun. My face isn't funny. Not usually. It's only when you get into one of your moods. I don't have moods. Ted sulks, getting into one of his inexistent moods. Laughing, I notice the server coming over with 2 sodas that I ordered, and he places them on our table before taking our number away. From that point on, Ted and I continue to make small talk, but nothing too personal. It's like we're at work, which totally sucks because with just the 2 of us here in the club like this, it kind of feels like it's a date. Do I want it to be a date? Maybe a little. He really guzzled that down. My eyes widen as I look down at my cup. Oh, where did all my soda go? Don't tell me I was spacing out again. Oops, I didn't notice. But hey, that's not something you say to a girl like that. What did I say? I only pointed it out. Ted arches a brow quizzically. He sips demurely from his drink, as if I'd be offended otherwise. Honestly, I should be used to it by now. I sigh and place a cheek on my hand. Looking out at the dance floor, everyone looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. I want to have fun too. Ted, let's dance. Ted nearly spits out his soda. He wipes his mouth with a napkin and shakes his head. Go by yourself, I ain't going. Seriously? You are really bad at this whole girl thing. What kind of southern gentleman leaves a lady to dance all on her own? Ted gestures at himself and leans back in his seat. This guy. Ted, please. It'll be lame if I go out on my own. Give me one good reason that I should. So there's 3 choices here. I want to show you my moves. I'll be lonely out there. I only want to dance with you. And you're going to want to choose the cute one. I only want to dance with you. I guess honesty is the best policy right now. Because you're the only guy that I want to dance with in this club. I say it as sincerely as possible so Ted doesn't think I'm messing around with him like usual. In surprise, his eyes round and then suddenly averts them by glancing at the dance floor. If you say things like that, a guy might... He shakes his head, blushing. A few silent seconds pass before Ted speaks up again. Fine, I'll go dancing with you. Only because you asked so nicely. He slides out of his seat and gets to my side before I have a chance to stand. I stare at him as he extends a hand. I'm escorting you to the dance floor, okay? Like a proper southern gent would. Now you can't complain about me not treating you proper. Ted looks away, hiding his shyness with a snarky veneer as I decide whether to take it or not. Like I'm not going to. I slide my hand into his, meeting his eyes as he glances at me. Firmly, he wraps his fingers around mine and leads me away. We find an open space on the dance floor, and I start to work my body into the rhythm of the dance music they have playing here. Ted, on the other hand, kind of just stands there, awkwardly shuffling from one foot to the next. I try to yell at him over the sound of the music. Dancing's not that hard, really. I know that. Ted mumbles something that I can barely hear. What did you say? I catch sounds this time, but still no dice. Ted, I really can't hear you. You'll have to speak up out there. Don't laugh at me. Ted roars this so loudly that I feel like the force knocked me back a few steps. Completely flustered and probably embarrassed, Ted closes his eyes and begins snapping his fingers. Just like I had, he eases his body into the rhythm and... oh wow, he's good. No, Ted is actually great. His body is moving to the music so fluidly, no awkward bumbles or missteps. You can dance? I never said I couldn't. Then what was with all the hesitancy? I work in my groove alongside Ted, grinning as he seems to finally get into it. He's pulling out all these moves you see the pros do on TV. I'm really impressed. Where did you learn to do all this? Dance lessons when I was younger. Ted suddenly reaches for me and pulls me close, locking me in a frame with one hand out and the other near my hip. His fingers curl around mine comfortably. Mostly ballroom, though. It just ain't something I usually brag about. I suddenly gasp as he dips me without any warning. I look up to see him grinning smugly at me, knowing full well that he's surpassed my expectations. You could have warned me you were going to do that. Shucks, it'd be no fun at all. Ted pulls me back up, bringing me back into the frame. I feel my face grow a little hot as he stares right into my face, so close to his. Try to keep up. You're gonna look stupid otherwise. Ted takes the lead and guides my body into following his steps. He goes slow at first, like he's trying to teach me, and even though we're in the middle of a bunch of people, it feels like it's just us. Wow. It's super cheesy, but there's no denying my feelings now. Once Ted sees that I've got the basics down, he's twisting and turning me through the music, laughing as he sees me catching on. I like Ted. The way my heart pounds when he holds my hands, or the feeling I get when I see him genuinely smile, only proves it. The night continues on like that. Of course, Ted and I take breaks to drink and rest before hitting the floor again, but it's so much fun that I barely notice how tired I am until we're both leaving the club. My feet are going to be so sore tomorrow. I groan and kick up an ankle to try and rub my foot through my shoe. I just had to wear heels tonight. I didn't push you too hard, did I? Are you kidding? Not at all. I had an amazing time. You should have told me you could dance. I didn't tell anyone. It's just embarrassing. Shut up. I don't like people gawking at me like I'm some monkey on a leash. Well, you shouldn't worry. You'd only impress them. I think I even learned a thing or two from dancing with you. Ted pushes his hair back out of his face and smiles. I'm a pretty swell teacher, so I wouldn't be surprised. A beat passes. Did you... Was that a joke? I point at Ted. You just made a joke. You rarely do that. Don't make such a big deal over something like that. I can make jokes too. Ted crosses his arms, the smile falling from his face like a badly hung painting. Anyway, it's getting late. We should both head home. Lame. But you're so right. I can't mess up my sleep schedule too much or Monday's going to be such hell. But I guess that means I'm off then. Wait, Nicole? I stop mid-step and turn to look back at Ted expectantly. He looks like he has something to say, but as usual, he takes a while to say it. You mind if I walk you home? To make sure you're safe, I mean. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Uh-huh. I'm sure that's all, Ted. Jeez, you're a sweetheart. But that's going to put you out of your way, huh? Thanks, but no thanks, Ted. I'm a big girl. I can walk home on my own. I notice that slight glimpse of disappointment that runs over Ted's face. Man, I can't leave him like this now. I'd feel awful. I don't say anything as I lean over and coyly kiss him on the cheek. The look on his face. He looks like he just got hit by a bolt of lightning. That's for the thought. And the dance lesson. I wave at Ted as I hurry down the sidewalk. Good night, Ted. I'll see you later. Distantly, Ted waves back at me with a single hand, and I can see the other hand reach up slowly to graze over his cheek. And if I'm not imagining it, Ted grins as his fingers run across his skin. I'm going to take that as a good sign. That one was so cute. Oh, Ted's so adorable. Alright, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to see more, just click the I at the top, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.